Hey, what's up everybody? This is Brian over here at the Little Orchard Farm. Hey, welcome to today's video. Last week we spent a little bit of time prepping the garden for our fall plantings. Well, this weekend we were able to get a few of the seedlings, not as many as we wanted. Those will be hopefully coming in the next week or two to our co-op. But we did find some seedlings at one of the local retailers here in the area. We found some broccoli and some cauliflower and some cabbage. And so we're going to go ahead and get those in the ground, as well as we're going to plant some of our peas and some potential greens. So we've got some stuff to do this weekend and kind of knock that out and get ready for our fall crop. I was just looking over a few of the things. Karen and I went to Jesus's nursery, which is one of the local nurseries that we have found here locally. It's where I got my grapes. A couple of weeks ago, I went to a new nursery just to kind of check them out. They always say to get your fruit trees and things of that nature, berries and bushes, locally grown in your environment. And well, the grapes are doing pretty well. We planted the grapes as well as the fig tree. I replaced one of my figs, and they're doing really nice. And so we thought, hey, you know what? Jesus has got a living testimony right here, so let's go back and do it again. And so we went back over there looking for crepe myrtle trees. My wife and I, we love crepe myrtles. Awesome tree. Beautiful colors. They come in pink and purple and white and red. And we wanted to get a couple of crepe myrtles. And so we went over there thinking we're going to pick up 2. Well, we ended up picking up 4. Several crepe myrtles, the pinks and the purple. Beautiful trees. We're excited about these. We got a white one, which is I think called the Cortez or the Natchez. Maybe it was the Natchez. So we got to get these. I give some water to these. But beautiful crepe myrtles. They add incredible amount of color to your landscape. We also spied some gardenias, which are wonderful smelling bushes, and so we're going to plant those along the barn. We're going to probably go back and pick up a few more of the gardenia bushes to add to what we already have. And then she also spied one of our favorite trees, the October Glory maple. The October Glory maple just is a gorgeous tree come fall. It is a full canopied tree. After about 7 to 10 years, this thing will be immaculate. It will leave a massive red blotch right there on our landscape, just as a beautiful fall scenery. Just a beautiful tree altogether. We love October Glory maples. Anyway, so we picked up a few of these things. I'll be planting these in the next few days, and we'll get to that. But for right now, let's get up in the garden and go plant some. Got a lot to do today. Let's do this. Unload. All right, the other side over there, you can see our tarps that we picked up from Billboard Vinyls, and they are still going great. They're doing wonderfully well. I went ahead and ordered a few more to be ready for the far end. We gotta cover up the far end up here, and then we'll eventually cover this up once the fall is done. So, getting a few things in place for that. So today we're going to be planting our fall crops. That includes broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, peas, some things like that. So we're planting the broccoli first. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is what kind of broccoli here. Let's see what kind of broccoli we've got. All right, so this is the Green Magic hybrid. Very cool. So we're not near as precise as we were in our spring garden, where we were laying out strings and we were pulling from stakes and so forth. We're just kind of winging this here in the fall because we're not going to have near as much as we did. So, and we got plenty of garden space, so we're not too concerned about keeping it all just perfectly straight. This is really kind of cool. This is our first fall garden. We've never planted a fall garden before. So we're going to start out with the broccoli. Back it up here. Back it up here. And let's see here, what do we got next? We've got, let's see, that's the cabbage. Let's hold off on the cabbage. Cauliflower. So now we've got some cauliflower. And we've never had a huge amount of success with our the broccoli or the cauliflower or Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts will be another one that we'll eventually add once the co-op, I hope, gets those in. But we've had the plants do fairly well in the growing of the plant, but the fruit never set really well, and so we've struggled. And Karen and I both like broccoli. I love Brussels sprouts, and I think we both enjoy cauliflower, but we haven't been able to get it to produce. So hopefully this fall is going to be a different story. So we're going to see. We just planted the Green Magic broccoli, and this is the wonderful variety of cauliflower. Just cauliflower. So there you have it. Let's see if it says anything on the back here. No. All right. Cauliflower. We have 6 plants each of these. 6 plants of the broccoli, 6 plants. We've also got 2 different types of cabbage that we're going to plant. And so we'll have hopefully some cabbage for the chickens and some cabbage for Brian. I'd love to be able to put together a little bit of a patch of sauerkraut. All right, Karen is planting the cabbage, and I am adding a spritzer of liquid lime and fish emulsion to each of these plants to give them a little bit of a jump start here. While Karen's wrapping up planting these last couple of cabbage plants, I thought I'd show you a little bit about our peppers over here. They continue to grow, and they will continue to grow for several more weeks. They're easily by far the most vivacious of all of our plants. And it's not until later in the season that even our bell peppers really get kicking. And once they do, we see a lot of late season fruiting. As well as our peppers, beautiful, beautiful peppers. We get a lot of late season jalapenos, big fat jalapenos. Man, they're awesome. And this year Karen and I planted for the first time this Mad Hatter, which we alluded to in the last video. And I think most of it was green last time, but now, as you can tell, it's really starting to change. We'll get orange and red peppers coming off of this. But again, it's a sweet pepper. It's not a hot pepper, which is really kind of cool. These are our two pepper, what they call biggie chilies, and that they are. They can get very big. See if I can find you an example of one that maybe Karen hasn't quite grabbed yet. Let's see here. There you go, there's a few, but these are still quite a bit smaller than what Karen will let them grow out to, and she'll get a really big pepper, and very tasty, just like a regular chili pepper. Adds a little pop to your fajitas. So yeah, that's good. But our pepper plants, like I said, will continue to produce for another, several weeks. Our hope is that mixing in these fall crops will continue our planting or our growing season at least through the middle to late October. There is some tolerance to frost with many of these that we're planting here today. All right, she's got all the cabbages planted, so let me spray those down. All right, after we've planted now the cabbage, the next thing in the ground is going to be carrots. And so we've got a roto-hoe, and I'm going to do that now. And Karen's going to come probably behind me and dropping those seeds in there and covering them up. Some of you, I'm sure, are probably going to wonder, well, what kind of carrots are you planting? Well, we've got baby carrots. We have the Pusa acida black carrots. We've never had these. Very curious to see what these look like or how they grow. And then we've got the Danvers variety carrot. And so we're going to get these three in the ground. We also have some peas that we're going to try to get in the ground. And maybe even plant a little more Swiss chard, which we planted Swiss chard in our summer garden. It actually did pretty good. We didn't pull a lot of it because we didn't have a need for it. My hope is that we may pull some of it this time and maybe use it on some salads or something like that. All right, I'm gonna get the hoeing this row. Rowing this hoe. No way. That's not. Beat that out. All right. So the week had kind of tapered off with mid to lower 80s. And this weekend it popped up into the 90s real quick with a feels like of near 100. So this weekend hopefully is one of those last spikes before it really starts to cool down a little bit. Like I said, we're here at the end of August. And so heading into September, we typically see a fairly decent cool off in the daytime temperatures for the most part. We'll start to see lower 80s, and then eventually we'll get into those awesome, awesome fall weather of 70s. Upper 70s is the highs. It's an awesome temperature range then. But right now it's pretty darn hot. All right, so Karen got the carrots covered up, and so I think we're good to water those in here directly. And the only thing left now for today anyway are our peas, and we've got two variety of peas that we're going to put in, and they are the
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
No. Mr. Big P and Sugar Daddy.
I'm Big Daddy. Mr. Big P.
Mr. Big P.
Mr. Big P and Sugar Daddy. Again, I'm not going to say anything. So we're going to put up a couple of cattle panels similar to what you see over there with the cucumber trellis. We're going to put a couple of them out here in the middle and attempt to, let's get some peas like we've never had. I think one year I ate one pea off of one bush, and that was all we got out of it. It burned it up pretty quick. So we're going to try to stick them, we're going to try to make another run. Maybe the fall is the magic bean here. Maybe that's the golden time for us to plant, not in the summer. They are a cooler weather vegetable, and I think this will probably serve us a little bit better. We're going to try it. We're going to plant, I think, Karen, you said we're going to put one panel out and plant on, no, we're going to put two panels out and plant on the inside and outside of each panel. Is that right?
We can.
Okay, we're going to try that. Let's see how much trouble we can get into. All right, let's get her done. You're running like a cartoon character, Quinn. Oh my Lord. I got to admit, the hole digging or the post driving gassed me. Getting too old for it. All right. Give us a few minutes to water these in, and then I've got one more thing to show you guys before we call it a day today. We're experienced pros now at this next activity I'll show you. Let us water these in real quick. I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, so the last little bit of news to share this weekend is the fact that we received our third batch of meat birds this past week. They are 4 days old now, I think, or let's see. Yeah, 4 days old. And all of them are doing fine. Again, living and learning. We're learning some things about how to introduce them to the new environment. How to withhold food maybe for a little while after we've given them water to kind of getting settled in. Little things like that. Obviously, the height of the heat lamp, I think, matters a lot. These guys get up underneath that thing at night when it begins to cool down, and you don't want it so high that it can't warm them up. Here in the summer, when it's warm, they've obviously scattered out, and they're enjoying a nice afternoon. But tonight, they will be crawling up underneath this heat lamp. And we want to make sure that they have the warmth that they need. We continue to add a little bit of vinegar, apple cider vinegar to their water, along with electrolytes. So we will occasionally, not every single time, but every once in a while, throw the electrolyte in there. Man, that gives a great jump start, healthy for their digestive system and so forth, gives them a good bump. So anyway, third batch. We're old pros now, or at least we hope we're getting closer to understanding what it takes to reduce the mortality rate. Last time we didn't have any of the chicks die in the brooder. Once we got them out to the tractor, we lost three to raccoons and one to heat stroke, which taught us a valuable lesson. We're not going to be doing chickens or meat birds over the summer months anymore. We understand now why people do spring and fall. Makes sense. You're not frying your birds out in a metal box in the middle of the summer. Duh. Anyway, took us a time to figure that out. But we still harvested 11 birds, 11 out of the 15, so we lost 4 birds. 15 more arrived the other day, so we've got 15 more getting ready to grow out for that 8 to 9 weeks and then into the freezer. We're going to try a couple of different things. We're going to alternate their feeding schedule. The last time we left the food in the entire time. We never took their feed out, and they turned out to be really nice, fat, healthy birds. But we want to see if there's a difference in a 12 to 13 hour on, 12 hour off kind of a deal. So we're going to play with that, you know, we've pulled their food now, and they don't seem like they're running around crazy trying to kill each other. They are eating the feed off the ground, though. Anyway, so new birds on the farm. We're excited to have those. More meat for the freezer. It's just, man, it's so awesome to kind of have that self-sufficiency mindset where you're trying to figure out what's the next thing. You know, we're planting the fall garden, broccoli and cauliflower. Man, we've not had a lot of that. We haven't had any of that outside of what we go to the grocery store and buy. And we enjoy those things. We enjoy those things to throw into a stir fry. Well, we're going to try to grow it. We're going to try to harvest it ourselves. So that's exciting. We continue to do things brand new to us. We've never done it. We're newbies to this homesteading gig. And we're so glad that you have chosen to join us for this little journey of ours and continue or learn along with us. Well, we hope you guys have a wonderful week, very blessed week. Until we see you again the next time, we will see ya.